Looks like I'm live. I guess I'm live. All right. Hi everyone, how are you? So as you can see, my system is back. I'm so excited. My system is back. So I have a brand new system that I used to do before last year, I guess mid last year. Now it is back and I'm so excited and I want to test this right now. Looks like it functions well. And I guess going forward, I will be able to give you so many great educational videos that will blow your mind. And I'm just so excited that it's working. So let's see. Yeah, it's actually working. So I'm pretty tired. It was an exhausting week. I had a talk. I gave 2 presentations at the United Nations WHO awardee meeting, in kickoff meeting of the network of awardees, because our cancer organization is an United Nations awardee. So I was invited to present and give 2 presentations. So I'm pretty tired. I'm very, very excited. And I'm so excited to move forward health equity and combat non-communicable diseases, including cancer and mental health and other diseases. But our expertise is in cancer and advanced personalized cancer care. And as I said, healthcare for everyone globally. So I'm so excited for that. We are working with excellence of organizations worldwide and institutions worldwide. So super excited about that. But so as the week has been passing by, I was literally seeing that, goodness gracious, every single minute something else in the news. I was just like saving and saving and saving. And today I was like, what I should even talk about. There's so many things going on right now. So I wanted to bring this several things to your attention. And since my system is working, I will going forward will be able to talk more about this. Maybe I can go several times per week. As I see it, I can probably go faster now live and faster now, or provide videos. That's hopefully very helpful for you. So let me know in the comments. Definitely check out my website and also in my blog section, and definitely to subscribe to my new website, to my e-newsletter, and you will also see, you will get personalized e-newsletters. And also you can see on my blog, I have a very comprehensive, detailed blog post about Medicaid, what Medicaid is all about. So please check it out and send this to everyone who wants to learn more about Medicaid, so that you guys, everyone can please call their representatives, senators, and House representatives alike, so that we can actually get stuff done. Because what's going on right now is absolutely disgusting. I keep talking about, as you all know, Democrats, and I'm very, very disappointed, and it's outrageous how they act. It's especially Jeffries and Chuck Schumer must go. Both needs to go. They have to go. And I talked about this last week, and I couldn't believe when after Schumer voted yes to the continued resolution, it was just to not shut down the government was really outrageous. And then when Jeffries was asked about Schumer, he said, "Oh, next question. We talked about this last week." And then Hakeem Jeffries gives express confidence in Schumer instead of no confidence. It's just unbelievable. So they're all the same. And it's the same crap over again. And let me tell you, I talked before about, when I talked about Starlink, right? Watch the video Starlink. That's the key video you need to know, because that explains everything. If you want to know about Elon Musk, why he is doing all of this, watch my Starlink video. It's very comprehensive and deep dive. And there we figured out live, as I was talking about it, as I was laying out all the facts live on camera, we figured out was all the fault basically of the Democrats, Biden administration, who literally gave him so much power, so much influence, not only in the Pentagon, in the system, in the entire government, as well as worldwide. It's just out of control, out of my mind. When I literally on live, we discovered that together. So make sure you watch that, and we will see today in this video several, I think 3 or 4 outrageous stuff going on with Elon Musk, and we will talk about this. Then we will also talk about the SAVE Act, which again, I call everyone to keep calling the House and the House representatives and the senators in everyone's state to push, to cancel, to not vote for the SAVE Act. And we will talk about this, what it is. Then, not in this video, I'm super tired. I will just rush over this to get this out and to test the system, but I will make another video maybe just separate just for that, for the what's going on. If you noticed, or if you watched the news, what's going on in Turkey right now, it's starting, guys. It's starting, and I believe that what's going on in Turkey right now will spill over the United States and everywhere else. The core will be in Turkey, and next we will, as I keep saying it, starting from next year, mid next year, the civil revolution will be happening, and it will go on for several years after that. Like, it will start mid next year and it will go on for the next several years. And that, it's the kickoff is now from Turkey. I believe that's as you'll know, I mean, when I predict things, it's just happening. So I think I will go deep dive. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. I mean, everyone should watch. If anyone wants to know what's going on in the world events, which I am doing the analysis for, you need to understand what's going on in Turkey right now. It is absolutely nuts. What's going on is nuts, out of the scale nuts. Okay, so we will talk about this in another video. So let's kick on gears, and I will start with this Elon Musk visiting the Pentagon. I just cannot, that's it. He has now the deep dive secret of the secret information of everything. And look at his face, look at his face. Don't tell me that he did not receive top secret in this meeting. Look at his face. If you see the video, he is off the scale happy. And I will tell you exactly why, because today I found an article, and that I will keep this to the end. This one here, the Tesla secret that exposes Elon Musk's whole game. So I will keep this at the end, so stay tuned, but we will start with this one here. So no one can tell me that he did not receive the top secrets that fills his pockets, his agenda. Look at his face. Look at his face. No one can, everyone can kid everybody, but not me. I can feel bullshit from 100 miles away, okay? Thousands of miles away. So he received top secret information, full stop. So I want to read this article to you. And this article is from Reuters, okay? Yeah, look at his face. Okay, Musk holds high level, okay? Musk holds high level meeting with Pentagon. Tesla CEO urges prosecution of Pentagon leakers. Okay, my like my wires are like popping, okay, when I hear anything about, you know, Elon Musk, because you know, for years, if you follow me, I kept covering not like other people who were just like kissing Elon Musk's feet and now out of the sudden, he's so bad. I was doing videos and spilling everything about him out since 2019. I made videos. I was talking before, but in 2019, I was actually doing videos. Look at my channel. Look at my channel. I was exposing him from left and right while no one was talking about it because I can sense bullshit right away. So Trump and Musk deny press report on China war plans briefing. You're kidding, right? So, and they want us, see, they think like we are so dumb, and that bothers me. I am so pissed when people believe that people on the other, like people are so dumb. This is crazy. The media does it, the Hollywood does it, the film industry does it, the politicians do that. They do this all the time. They think people are dumb. Billionaire Elon Musk. Let me see. I want to come here to see if somebody is even here. Oh, hi. Who is here? Let me know in the comments who is here because I'm not following it right now. Okay. So let me just put right here. So billionaire Elon Musk took his campaign to cut the US federal government into uncharted waters on Friday, holding an unprecedented top-level meeting at the Pentagon and calling for the prosecution of any Defense Department officials leaking maliciously false information about his visit. Prosecution of any Defense Department officials leaking malicious false information about his visit. So we know, right? So we know he's this obsession about this is illegal. This is illegal, right? So he keeps talking about this. So he is BSing people nonstop about freedom of speech, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. And then he, on the other hand, keeps saying everyone must be, prosecuted, talking about me. And then his, 14th baby's mother that he impregnated, 24 years old girl or 26, and now he wants to have a gag order for her. Imagine that. And now he wants to prosecute. He calls for prosecution, Amber! Oh my goodness. You know what? I knew that you would be here. I knew it. I had it in my heart. I knew you would be here. This is so funny because I knew that you would be here. I'm so happy that you're here. You test with me for the first time this new system. So I'm so happy that you're here. You made my night. So Musk, whose businesses have a number of Defense Department contracts, met, I was just about to say that, don't forget that he has multi-billion-dollar business, is deep in Pentagon. We talked about this in the Starlink. He has deep, already really deep into the money in Pentagon. We talked about that with the with that certain type of Starlink that's made for the defense. Remember that? So watch that video. So Musk, whose businesses have a number of Defense Department contracts, met U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth for 80 minutes in his first such talk at the Pentagon, which is responsible for a large chunk of federal government spending. It was unclear whether U.S. generals joined that meeting virtually. The New York Times reported that Musk would be briefed on secret war plans for China, something Musk, President Trump, and others denied. Musk called the report pure propaganda and urged legal action against leakers. Legal action. Did I just say that? I said, it's illegal, right? I look forward to the prosecutions of those at the Pentagon who are leaking malicious false information to the New York Times. They will be found. Do you see? The scarcity mentality is the definition of fascism. This is the definition of fascism. The scarcity mentality, okay? And it already has started. It has already started. And the videos they're putting out, and I particularly didn't want to cover it because every time I see those videos, I feel sick. Like my stomach feels so upset, I want to throw up. I really want to throw up. I can't watch those videos. So I'm not going to cover it because it really makes me sick. So that already has started. At the White House, after the meeting, Trump said he did not want to show the United States plans for a potential war with China to anybody and hinted at Musk's potential conflict of interest. I don't want to show that to anybody, but certainly you wouldn't show it to a businessman. Who are you? Who is your brother, your son-in-law? Who is your daughter, right? What are you talking about? Who is helping us so much? Trump said. Elon has businesses in China, and he has a giga factory in China. Not just a factory, a giga factory in China. And he would be susceptible, perhaps, to that, Trump said. Standing next to Trump, Hegseth said he had an informal conversation with Musk which focused on innovation and efficiencies. Guys, more money to Musk. More money to Musk. You need to see these people's faces. Look at their faces. They already increased with when I was like burning and saying call your representatives. I said that this money is already being increased. The defense money is already being increased. And that way, he will now increase further the defense money. No wonder, okay? Following controversy over the New York Times story, a planned meeting between Musk and members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff in the secure meeting room in Pentagon, known as the Tank, ultimately did not take place. Access to a closely guarded military plan would mark a sharp expansion of Musk's role as the Trump advisor who is spearheading to efforts to cut US government spending. It would also fuel questions about conflict of interest for Musk, who, as the head of Tesla and SpaceX, also has businesses interest in China. There is no legitimate national security or other rationale for providing this information to Mr. Musk. Two Democrat senators, Elizabeth Warren and Tammy Duckworth, wrote in a letter to Hexet demanding details on what information was shared with Musk and why. Thankfully, at least Elizabeth Warren and Tammy Duckworth is caring. At least these people are caring. The White House has, why people are not more outraged? Like, why, as I keep saying it, why are people not outraged and screaming on top of their lungs? Why? I really want to know why. This is like, okay, I get the MAGA people, like, oh yeah, they're cheering on, but millions of people who did not vote for Trump. I'm not even saying the ones who are now regretting voting for Trump, but the people who did not vote for Trump. Why are not millions of Americans not screaming? Why are we still talking about Blake Lively? Like, why? What? I just don't get it. Everyone should be screaming about this. While Musk already has several conflicts with the contracts with the Pentagon, the opportunities for his company, SpaceX in particular, under Trump could drive billions of dollars of revenue to his firms. Didn't I just say it? I just said that. Trump's planned Golden Dome missile defense shield. See, that's that. See? Which could require hundreds of sensors and other satellites to keep watch for incoming ballistic missiles, would be a natural fit for SpaceX and its Starlink unit. Didn't I say it? I just said that. Right? The increase of the defense money with the House resolution, with the HR, correct? And now, when they cut the Medicaid, Medicare, and the Social Security, and the 13 billion, and increase 7 to 8 billion, was it 7 or was it 8 billion? 7 billion to the defense. Then of course he would get in his pocket. Of course. It's right here. Sure, you did 100%. Yeah, Amber, exactly. Look at this. Musk arrived in a motorcade at the Pentagon on Friday morning and quickly moved upstairs to meet Hexet. As he departed, Musk was seen joking with the defense secretary and said the meeting went well. The meeting went well? Look at their face. They are satisfied like a maniac. This is not, the meeting went well. The meeting went out off the scale well, as you can tell. This is a billionaire's being fed face. I make this new wording up. Okay, this is a billionaire's well-fed face. That's what it is. It's not just a meeting went well face. If there is anything I can do to be helpful, oh my God, I would like to have a good outcome here, Musk said as he departed. What are you? This is just like, do you really still believe? And we'll get to this. We will get to this one here. Let me see. Hold on. We will get to this one here, where we will say like, oh, I don't know why people are so bad at me, you know? So we'll get to that. Musk businesses Starlink and SpaceX have number of Pentagon contracts, raising questions about conflicts of interest as he advocates for innovation and reprioritization of Pentagon spending to find efficiencies. Last week, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, oh God, I want to do it, remember we talked about Tulsi Gabbard, and I asked a poll on my post on community tab, like, I don't even know what to say about Tulsi Gabbard anymore. I think I have in my mind something about her. I know exactly why she's doing what she's doing. But even in my mind, I figured out already her reasoning of all of what she's doing, her plans in back of her mind. Still, her actions even surprised me while making me question, am I even right for this prediction? But I may need to do this as a membership only, because I don't want to get this to public. So it's pretty very deep, very I don't want this to be public yet, but I have some thoughts about this. Tulsi Gabbard is really going nuts right now. She said she had ordered an investigation into leaks from inside the intelligence community and is also probing internal chat rooms for any misconduct by employees. During Trump's first term, his administration referred more media leaks for criminal investigation each year than in any of the previous 15 years, according to records released in 2021 by the Justice Department to the independent watchdog group Project on Government Oversight in response to a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit. Guys, this is crazy. So now let's move quickly to the second topic. Okay. This is another outrageous BS. Okay, hold on. So this came out today, and this is another outrageous BS that people should be screaming about. And this is that this dude wants to give, because there's a seat that needs to be, it's a shaky seat there, and he wants to give money to the people, and money is $100. And they are people who need $100. If you think about when you look into murder cases, okay, when they murder, when they hire hitmen, they hire hitmen for $10,000. And their people believe that it is worth their entire life rotten in jail and die in jail to get these $10,000 worth $10,000. Even if they have children, even if they're husband or wife, $10,000 is worth to rot in jail and die in jail. And imagine this. Imagine $100. It's a joke, but there are people who need even $100 and would do it for $100. This is crazy, guys. This is literally playing with people's needs so much, a manipulation off the scale. So I read this. Elon Musk offers Wisconsin voters cash to sign petition against activist judges. Activist judges. Think about that. Just because he couldn't get away of this BS what he is doing. Tech billionaire Elon Musk promoted a cash giveaway to Thursday for Wisconsin voters to sign a petition against activist judges as President Donald Trump demanded courts stop blocking his agenda. Just, you cannot make this stuff up. Judges, I know, isn't a crazy outrageous? It's wild to me. And when I particularly looked at the amount, I was like, wait, what? $100? It's just off the scale. The demonizing people, you know? Like, this is unbelievable. Judges have dealt Trump a number of setbacks in the recent weeks as his administration pursues its wholesale overhaul for the federal government through Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. The America PAC, a pro-Trump political action committee established by Musk, said it would give $100 to Wisconsin voters who signed the petition in opposition to activist judges. Like, activist judges, do you see the wording? It's purposeful. Activist judges. Think about that. For a dummy, okay, for a ultra mega guy, kissing feet of Elon Musk guy, women, whatever. Imagine the wording activist judges does. They wouldn't, I guess they would be so dumb probably to not understand that there is no such thing as activist judges. They literally follow the law, okay? And if you do some bullshit, you will get some slapping in your face. But as I keep saying for years, for 6 years now, in my videos, and I have literally a video titled Elon Musk is a PR genius. He's not a scientific genius. And don't get me started. Maybe I should do remember the video that I don't know if you heard in the news saying that in 20 years, did you hear that? In 20 years, I predict we will get 1 million people to Mars. Did you hear that? Like, what are you doing? Like, this is not even scientific. Even people like who have nothing to do with science, the reporters and everybody were like laughing. As a from the scientific perspective, it's so ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. And I'm a biologist. Come to my face and say that to my face. Come, I challenge you. Come and say that to my face. I am a biologist. I don't know what you are, but I am a biologist. Say to my face, in 20 years, there will be 1 million people in Mars. You got to be kidding me. This is such a PR stunt. It's off the scale. He's nothing but a PR stunt. And this wording, activist judges, is that trigger he needs to pump his base. That's what that wording is right there. He knows exactly what he's doing. The petition which Musk posted on his social media platform X urges Wisconsin voters to sign by April 1st, when his state elects a judge for its Supreme Court. He literally buys the Supreme Court. Like, he literally buys himself into the Supreme Court. Think about that. Guys, that's why I'm doing these videos, because we need this to share this to everyone. I don't even know where people even heard this news. He is paying, he's buying people, he's buying the Supreme Court of Wisconsin. America PAC has thrown its weight behind conservative candidate Brad Schimmel for the crucial seat in the swing state top court. Judges should interpret laws as written, not rewrite them to fit their personal or political agendas, the group wrote on X. Okay, let's come back and think that, was it in Minnesota, or where was it, this 19-something-year-old dude who killed 3 people? What was this dude's name? What was that judge's name? Exactly. We have 3 branches of the US government for a reason. And that's exactly why. So again, when we talk about judges should interpret the law as written, not rewrite them fit in personal or political agendas. Who was that dude who killed with that automatic rifle in that event 3 people and got out scot-free? What was that judge doing? If you followed that trial, that judge was literally on top of the prosecutor. He was literally on top of the prosecutor. He was literally harassing the prosecutor. And that is what we are talking about. Both sides are the same thing. So now let's move quickly to the others. Okay, let's move on this quickly here. Oh, and I like this AI picture here. That, like, oh, I don't know if you've watched this video here, and how he is like, I don't know, he was about to cry. So he has so severe mental problems. Let me tell you this. He has so severe. And I was literally, as I was preparing the slides here, I was literally saw a picture with him and Trump and him together, and the way Trump put his arm on his shoulder, and he looked at him, and the way this interaction, and the way he talks about Trump, keeps saying he's a good man, and the way Trump treats him, it's like he received that. If you followed several times, like when you see how they interact, and when Trump praises him, he acts like a little kid, like it was like this. This is literally a definition of lack of fatherly love. Trump has lack of fatherly love. We already can see that full force. Elon Musk sees that fatherly praise he probably never gotten from his father. Or this love, this fatherly, like, okay, you know, he's like the best, and oh, you do a good job and whatever. So of course he needs to fit this agenda, and and Musk wanted to fit his agenda, but it turned into a totally different direction, an unexpected direction. Psychologically, he's now receiving that praise that he so desperately needs. And don't forget, why he's getting so emotional, he's a Cancer. That's why he's a bulldozering, hardworking person. He is a Cancer. He is very emotional, and Cancers are strong, tough people, but he is also very emotional. That's why when he brings down his mask, he gets very emotional and teary eyes because he is emotional, and he has a very, very unhealed, damaged childhood. You can see his fatherly praise and need, and out of the sudden it turned into that direction. And that is, if you are going to that territory, oh my God, that can be in a very dangerous direction, because then even Trump can manipulate him like crazy. And I think Trump already got his that way around his finger. Not 100%, but he figured it out. Trump, in my opinion, tops him of manipulation, because Trump is a Gemini and he is a Cancer. So he has severe fatherly wounds, and he needs to get this praise. And we know from day one that he kept saying that he was bullied and blah, blah, blah. So he was always isolated and reading books and what have you as a kid. And so he need that constant, this praise that he is so seeking. And Trump, as always he does, and every narcissist, pathological narcissist do that, especially if they are bosses, they praise you like a crazy maniac so that they get what you want. I can attest to that. I can write a second PhD on that because my boss was the same. I had an identical boss with Trump, like identical. Every single thing identical. Actions as a pathological narcissist. I cannot make this stuff up. I mean, after Trump in his first presidency, as I got to know, I didn't even know who Trump was. When he become president, I was like, wait, what? That's my freaking boss, former boss. So I just cannot, I can write a second PhD on this. So Trump knows, and as narcissists always do, manipulate so back and forth, like praising, he's a good job, good man, good boy, good girl, good boy, good girl, good this. And that way, it's so easy to manipulate people in that. So with that being said, let's read this article. Elon Musk says he has no idea what he did to make everybody so mad at him. Before Elon Musk became the unelected czar of government spending, he had it made. His corporate holdings made him richer than anyone else on the planet. He got to date celebrities, and he had so many kids that their exact count was a bit hazy. Today he still has all that stuff, though he now has to suffer the indignity of something that actual elected leaders learn to deal with day one on day one. Negative feedback. Who is this writer? Oh my God. So many ways. You see, I can't even read. There's so many mistakes. Who wrote this article? Futurism. Who wrote this? They have to double check the grammar. God damn it. Since the tech magnate star child Tesla started going belly up, the billionaire's skin has become thinner than ever, making him prone to wild rants about how mistreated he is on his personal social media platform X, formerly Twitter. His latest invective came amidst yet another stock slump for the EV company as sales vows worsened to protest against Musk in the form of Tesla vandalism become a near constant phenomenon. My companies make great products that people love and I've never physically hurt anyone, Musk complained this week in suspicious detail. So why the hate and violence against me? This is the delusion that he lives in. So narcissists, as I said, cannot see, as I keep mentioning my narcissism videos, there is never anything wrong ever with narcissists, ever. They're like, why? What? Wait, why? I don't understand, because they truly don't understand. Like, what's wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. And that is so important. I mean, I've recently done the narcissism videos, the last two narcissism videos. It's on my playlist as narcissism. There I mentioned in the 13 points of narcissism that no one's talking about. That's one of those there. They cannot see, like, wholeheartedly that there's anything wrong. And if you watch that video where he's tearing up and says, I don't know why, he literally wholeheartedly, genuinely didn't know, because he's a narcissist. There might be plenty of hate flying around lately as Musk takes an axe to critical social infrastructure, but as far as we are aware, no one has come close to ever physically harming the billionaire crybaby, making part of his rhetorical question though to answer. Not to worry, he immediately did it himself. Because I'm a deadly threat to the woke mind parasite and the humans it controls. Do you see now? Do you see? Like, do you see how he fires up the base with these, using particularly this wording? But I don't know if you read about his daughter, who is transitioned from a boy to a daughter, who constantly is talking about that she doesn't give a crap about him, and that she, like all others, was created through IVF, and that he was being made through sex selective IVF. So basically, and this is not the first time she said that. She said this, I heard this the second time. She keeps repeating that. She said that she was conceived through what it was paid for sex selective IVF, which was, I don't know which countries was illegal. I think it was in Europe. I don't know if I forgot. But now it is actually so that after she was born as a boy, because he paid for that, he wanted to have a boy. Do you see why he is always as a boy? Except that with that Neuralink executive, they have a daughter too, because they are twins or something. But if you see, they're all male, all male, except also with Amber Heard's, which you think that it's Amber Heard's father, child's father is Elon Musk. So that one is a girl too, but everything else, everyone else is a boy. So she said that it was paid for, and then when she was born and she turned into more female, like the action and everything, so then she said that it was the product wasn't what the end product wasn't what they paid for. She literally said it. It's so sad, but she uses very harsh wording against towards him, like really swearing, and so you can tell that nobody gives a crap about him, and he has only lawsuits with all of their ex-wives or their baby mamas, right? So I don't know if that's the word, baby mama, I'm not sure. So their child's mother. As always, Musk reply guys were quick to jump to their overlord's aid. We didn't hate Hitler because he made a stiff arm salute. We hated him because he murdered millions of people and tried to eradicate an entire race. One posted referencing the shine Musk's taking to straight arm salute made him famous by Adolf Hitler. And exactly, Musk replied, oh my God. Like, oh my God. I just cannot believe this. We didn't hate Hitler because he made stiff arm salute. We hate him because he killed people. Like, and then Musk says, exactly. What? Do you see? This is like, I don't even have any words anymore. So for the sake of time, let's move on. Examining Musk's claim that he's never hurt anyone could take days. So we will leave it at this. In any case, so he didn't hurt anyone. What about all of the Teslas that people got stuck in, couldn't open the doors and exploded, and they driven automatically into and made people die? People died in Teslas non-stop. I've covered this, I think, 2 years ago in one of my videos. This is crazy. Like, you didn't kill it purposefully, but your products did. Your Teslas did. And they did it full force. Like, and I don't know what to say. So now let's move on. Okay, the SAVE Act. Yeah. Let's talk the SAVE Act. And then this is the final and very crazy one we need to know about Musk, okay? So the SAVE Act is very critical because I need everyone to call their representatives. And so what this is about, so here's the thing with the SAVE Act, it's that this Republican, okay, Senator Chip Roy introduced it last year, and then it was on hold, and now he reintroduced it back to the Senate. Is it the Senate or the House? I think in the House. He's a House representative, right? So he introduced back to the House after Trump is now in power. So last year he tried, and now it was on hold, and now he introduced it back again, but because Trump is now has a second presidency, and they control the House, control the Senate, and control the White House. So basically, this is full force their agenda. This is Project 2025, literally bringing back separationists, separating people with colors, with status and class, and their color and their education status and their money status. So again, it is back again as it used to be. This is what they want to create. And I believe we talked about this last week or so, where I mentioned about how people don't understand what that people before us died and risked their lives just to bring freedom and democracy into people's lives. And we, as I said last week, as I said, people sitting so comfortably on behind their butt that they just don't understand the luxury people have compared to people who have not democracy in their country and they cannot vote. That's why what's going on in Turkey right now, it's absolutely should be a framed eye-opener, because what they want to do is right now want to take away the voters' right to vote the next president. They have jailed for the first time ever in the I had even no idea that the current regime is 20 years old long regime in Turkey. 23 years old regime. You cannot make this stuff up. And so they have jailed few days before he wanted to announce a popular opposite leader and a candidate for presidency from the opposition party who was winning, the mayor of Istanbul, who was winning for 6 years straight, 3 times over and over the mayor race, and is the mayor of Istanbul, became popular for the entire country from the opposition party. And few days, literally few days before he was supposed to announce his candidacy for presidency, what they did is out of the scale, even for Turkish people. They said, literally, they canceled, you can't make this stuff up, they canceled his diploma, the bachelor degree diploma from 30 plus years ago. Istanbul, and in coordination with Istanbul University, the oldest university in Turkey, they canceled his diploma overnight. And this was required to be able to have a candidacy for presidency, at a minimum a bachelor's degree diploma. They canceled overnight his diploma. Canceled. And few days later, or the next day, at 6 a.m. in the morning, they took him out with like a gigantic military police and what have you, took him out of his home into jail. They jailed him. And in Turkey, right now, since that day, if you watch the news, millions and millions of people are on the streets demonstrating, and it's 3 degrees Celsius there, which is very cold for Istanbul. Very, very cold. Ankara, what have you, very cold for Turkish temperatures. And they are demonstrating like crazy right now. And my prediction is that this will spill over to US and will kick off the civil revolution that is coming. because I know the Turkish people are the people for demonstration. The French and the Turkish people. Not so much Germans, but the French and the Turkish people. The Turkish people demonstrate non-stop. Even since from 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I know in the 90s because I demonstrated too. And then now, not only in Istanbul, now the entire country. You cannot make this stuff up. Millions of people are on the streets because they have eliminated all laws of the judiciary system. Done. Imagine this. There is no word. They canceled overnight his bachelor's degree. And the next day, they ripped him off from his bed straight into jail. This is, even for the standard of Turkey, even for that, it's off the scale. When you read watch all the commentary and what have you, and all the journalists and they're like, even for the standard of what they have been going through for 23 years, this is the off scale of everything combined. And this is exactly what's going to happen right here with the SAVE Act. The SAVE Act, they're trying to push that as if everyone else can vote in the United States. They're pushing that only US citizen should vote. And with a identification that is either real ID, not just your driver's license, just a real ID, which is currently only in 4 states available, or with your passport plus with your birth certificate. Meaning, for women who are married, if they don't match with their maiden name and their married last name, they will not able to vote. So we are going back to history where women cannot vote. And when you think about and say, and by the way, I'm not going to read this for the sake of time, but if you want to read this article is from Axios. You can Google it and read it for yourself. So it's pretty detailed, actually. I might write a blog post on my website, most likely on this, because it's really detailed. So this is important. So we need to call our representatives immediately to actually, literally, we have to do something, because that is going into that direction. Because what these dudes are saying, what he's saying, that, oh, people make it so that as if this is, we will cancel people's rights to vote. No, it's just the people who are not American citizens cannot vote. It's just for the, like, as if this was something else. Like, already it's the only law that only United States nationals can vote. Everyone knows that. And plus, it's literally saying in that in the voting that you sign that the information is correct. Otherwise, you will perjure yourself with severe consequences. You sign that. But what they're trying to do is to bring in, and they want people to go physically. Imagine all elderly people, disabled people, or people who have to work, cannot go vote, or whatever, sick people, elderly. This is crazy. So basically you only have to go there in person, have to give your passport, have you give your government issued, not government issued ID, not anymore. They want to have the real ID, not the government issued ID, the real ID, and your passport, and if you are women, your birth certificate. And that is a challenge, particularly also for younger women who may have a trouble accessing the birth certificate or the marriage or whatever. So this is getting into completely different direction, and that's the purpose. So don't fall into what this dude is saying. Oh no, it's just only the citizens have to vote. It is already only citizens are voting. Otherwise we would go to jail. Like, we are signing to it. Everyone knows that. And so this is going into literally the women's rights. Guys, trust me on this one. The women's rights is being tried to rip off, starting from the Roe versus Wade overturn, full stop. And as someone from the medical side, from the healthcare side, and as a biology side, I don't know, it is unimaginable to me to not allow women who is literally in emergency and not giving them care. It's just, I just don't even know what to say about this anymore. Who has the right? Like, I'm going crazy. Like, who has the right for this? To talk about my health, my thing. What? This is deep personal. And it is health related. I can't even describe you the craziness of this. And now this with the birth certificate, because women change their last name, and the guys, of course, they have no problems. And you have to go in person. That everyone can go to in person. So this is crazy, and don't fall into that. So last but not least, let's do this. And I want to spill the beans about this dude here, okay? So, okay. The Tesla secret that exposes Elon Musk's whole game. The car company's big business in regulatory credits shows Musk's mantra has always been government handouts for me, not for thee. Two egos like Elon Musk and Donald Trump could never share the spotlight if it weren't for the unifying force of grifter solidarity. Two oligarchs teaming up to further rip the scales against anyone else. Just as Trump's PR campaign as a canny dealmaker hit his multiple bankruptcies, Musk's rogue genius performance serves as cover for the fact that he's just another billionaire buying up others' ideas and playing the system with enough of a safety net for repeatedly fail. This whole shtick is built on the idea that he's a bold, self-made innovator who defies the odds, shuns government handouts, and stands for the unbridled power of the free market. In reality, his empire, built originally on an apartheid emerald mine, has been propped up by public money for years. One of its most consistent sources of income has been Tesla's exploitation of the carbon credit market. Tesla, the supposed future of clean energy, isn't just making money by selling electrical cars. It's making a fortune of a regulatory loophole. In the first 9 months of 2024, again, Biden's time, okay? 43% of Tesla's net income came from selling credits to other automakers that hadn't met emission standards. It's not innovation that's keeping Tesla's finances afloat. It's a rigged system that Musk, again, Democrats, I'm telling you, rigged system that Musk is milking for everything it's worth. And all the while, he is using his newfound power as Trump's unelected co-president to gut the very government programs that provide working people with the fraction of the support that he's quietly pocketing. Musk loves to sneer at working class people who rely on food stamps or unemployment benefits, claiming they are lazy or entitled. But what's more entitled than using regulatory credits to boost your company's stock price and then leveraging that stock for loans to keep your cash flow steady? The hypocrisy gets even more grotesque when you look at Musk's role in the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, the dystopian fever dream where he's now helping Trump dismantle social programs under disguise of cutting waste. While he's ensuring billionaires like himself keep the tax breaks and loopholes, he's working to slash food assistance, disability benefits, and Social Security. The plan is clear. If you are rich, the government will help you get richer. If you are poor, you are on your own. Meanwhile, Musk has strategically positioned himself to undermine public infrastructure alternatives to his products. Musk has started targeting public transits and infrastructure projects, claiming they are bloated and inefficient, while his own half-backed ideas, that's great wording, half-backed ideas like the Las Vegas Loop, we all remember that, right? A glorified tunnel for Teslas, receive public subsidies and fizzle out into tech world vaporware. He is claiming that government spending on social good is waste, while positioning himself as the one true visionary who should receive those taxpayers' dollars instead. Here's how Tesla's legalized scam works. Under California's zero-emission vehicle, remember, California, Democrats, plus he moved right from California to Texas, right? So under California's zero-emission vehicle, or ZEV, mandate and the Federal Corporate Average Fuel Economy, or CAFE, standards, car makers are required to meet emissions targets. If they don't, they have to buy carbon credits from companies that produce cleaner vehicles. Tesla, which only sells electrical cars, racks up a surplus of these credits and sells them to gas-guzzling automakers that don't want to invest in real change. In other words, Tesla isn't making money because it's selling cars efficiently. It's making money because Ford and General Motors still rely on gasoline. Musk has figured out how to turn regulatory inaction into billion-dollar side hustle. If Tesla's carbon credit will ever runs dry, if regulatory standards change, or if automakers finally catch up, Tesla's bottom line takes a hit. That's when the whole house of cards Musk has built starts to wobble. Musk's entire empire hinges on one thing: Tesla's sky-high rocket stock price. He's leveraged Tesla shares to take out massive loans, using them as collateral to fund his lifestyle and side projects. This means that keeping Tesla's valuation high is a matter of personal financial survival. Those carbon credits, essentially free money from the government, make Tesla's earnings look better than they actually are, which in turn props up its stock price. But this strategy is starting to fall apart. Tesla's stock is plummeting down nearly 40% this year due to increased competition, battery technology falling behind, and Musk's erratic behavior scaring off investors. When a company is built on smoke and mirrors, it doesn't take much for the illusion to shatter. Musk isn't an anomaly. The ultra-wealthy have always found ways to rig the rules in their favor. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what America is. Whining about government overreach while their fortunes are built on government handouts. That's why Republicans are so against the programs of Democrats, because they know how to play the loopholes. That's why the majority of the Republican tops are rich. And that's why the top, most of them are Republicans. They attack welfare programs for the poor while hoarding subsidies for themselves. Exactly, I just said that. They position themselves as anti-establishment disruptors, even as they manipulate laws, lobby for loopholes, and install themselves in government positions to protect their wealth. That's the summary. That's exactly the summary. But Musk isn't just exploiting the system. He is the system. Directing Doge, he has the power to engineer even more policies that funnel taxpayer money to himself and the rest of the parasite class while gutting the programs that hold society together. Exactly. That's the whole point. Since day one, while he's there, he wants to, that's why he's in all secure and high class level high intelligent level meetings, because he wants to figure out the system, the loopholes. That's why in that Pentagon meeting, that's why, as I just said, he has this "oh, I am fed" billionaire face, because he figured out the secret that's going on and to make him even more rich. That's the whole point. Through Doge, and that's why he wants to go deep into systems of tech guy, infrastructure tech guy, because that's where the data is. But the problem is they're so dumb, they don't even know how to read the data. Through Doge, Musk is orchestrating deep cuts to social programs while ensuring billionaires like himself keep extracting wealth from public resources. While Doge regularly inflates its cost savings, the proto agency is doing real harm in service of funding an extension of the 2017 tax cuts, from which wealthy earners would get an outsized share of tax benefits. According to the Tax Policy Center, those making $450,000 and up would get nearly half the benefit. Doge slashing of the workforce across agencies like the Social Security Administration threatens the one-time delivery of benefits to those who rely on assistance. But the threats to Americans' livelihoods hardly stop there. The Agriculture Department cut $1 billion that will provide food to schools and food banks through local farms. The School Nutrition Association warns that this ruthless decision could end free school meals for approximately 12 million students in 24,000 schools across America, hitting hardest in the poorest communities already grappling with rising food costs. This comes in tandem with Republican cuts to SNAP, which helps no and low-income Americans afford groceries. Some recipients say their benefit has already been cut by half. With Doge's help, the Trump administration is also dismantling the Department of Education, which provides social mobility to millions of students by making college more accessible to low-income students and students who could otherwise be discriminated against by race, sex, or other characteristics. DOE also provides critical funding for K-12 education. Cutting that would deprive particularly low-income families, students with disabilities, and marginalized communities of essential education resources and wrenching systemic disparities for generations to come. Exactly. And they want to privatize it again. Simultaneously, Musk is advocating for the dismantling of consumer protections such as the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, despite his conflicts of interest. This would directly benefit predatory financial institutions at the expense of working class Americans. This is what happens when a billionaire grifter is put in charge of the government. The money flows up, the protections collapse, and working class Americans are left to fend for themselves. The parasite class, led by Musk, isn't just feeding off the system. They are actively tearing apart so that no one else can ever use it again. Exactly. Reagan may have invented the welfare queen to shame the poor, but it was always the rich that embodied it. The carbon credit scheme that bolsters Tesla's finances perfectly exemplifies this larger pattern. A system that appears to promote environmental goals while primarily enriching those who know how to game it. While ordinary Americans struggle under inflation and stagnant wages, billionaires like Musk can transform regulatory requirements into profit centers. They build their fortunes on handouts while demanding that everyone else fends for themselves. The question isn't whether we'll finally see through the con. It's whether We will do anything about it before people like Musk can cement their power even further. Exactly. Instead of allowing these plunder to continue, we need comprehensive regulatory reform that closes these loopholes. Exactly. And ensures that environmental incentives serve their intended purpose rather than becoming billionaire bailouts. We need transparency around those operations and stronger congressional oversight of unelected power brokers who shape policy without accountability. And as the climate crisis accelerates, we need real fixes, not get out of tax-free cards for those most responsible for carbon emissions, large corporations. The Musk-Trump project is the inheritance of 4 decades of class warfare. Not content to merely buy favorable policies, the oligarchs are now in the driver's seat. Their rise to power highlights the broken system that lets the rich extract limitless wealth from the working public while the rest of us are told to work harder, sacrifice more, and expect less. I love this. Dylan Sandifer teaches sociology at the University of District of Columbia and is founder and chief strategist of Sandifer Strategies. There you go. I love this. And this is from newrepublic.com. I absolutely, my words, kudos, and sociologist. I see, there you go. This is exactly what needs to be said. And I will make another video solely on focusing on, we do not need the Democrats come back. People need to understand that. We don't want the corrupt Democrats back again. We don't not want any other Jeffries. We don't want any other Schumers. They need to get out. We need a system, a brand new system. We need to close the loopholes. We need to increase health care for all. Health care for all. Like what's we in 2025 we shouldn't even discuss this. Okay? We need to close these goddamn loopholes and imagine, like, who are we kidding, right? As I keep saying, it's a California law. And they are well aware that Elon Musk is sucking up the system. They know. Did anyone ever talked about this? This is the first time I'm hearing this. And you know how much involved I am. This is the first time I've ever heard anything like this. Don't you think Elizabeth Warren didn't know this? Do you think that any other Democrats didn't know this? Why I've never heard anything like this? Why isn't this being known more? Because everyone is in the system. We need to get these corrupt Democrats out. We don't want another Democratic Party. We need true reform. And my videos going forward will be focusing on this. A new system, as I keep giving strategies on how we can better the world, like I did on Wednesday with the United Nations, how we can better, like, strategies. They invited me to give a talk on the strategies to build system that works globally. Okay? And this way, we need to do it in a way that we can actually build systems going forward that is a brand new system that works for everyone. Okay? So Amber said the Cybertruck has never been compliant. The rear light bar, for example. Yes, the Cybertruck was never compliant also for in England. England, did you know that you heard the news? I think it was today or yesterday. The news said that it's not even compliant to drive a Cybertruck in England. It's not even allowed. Did you guys see a Cybertruck from close up? I've seen a few months ago in front of here in literally where I live. It looks so ugly. It looks like in a movie, and I just don't like to see the future having cars like this. It's so I like cars. I love cars. I love driving cars, okay? I love cars. So I always like cars since my childhood. And forget about that. For me, safety is crucial, okay? And to have cars that they explode and stuck, the electricity is stuck and you cannot get out and it starts to explode and it heats inside. How many people report that, and drives you off the cliff? It drives you into whatever, and then it burns into flame. It's just the safety security is off the scale. Like it's not even existing. So he sucks the system, and going forward, I will be focusing on we need reform in the Democratic Party as well. I don't give a crap about this current Democrats. Like, they have to go. They are the ones that allow these loopholes too. I told you in my previous video and in 2 years ago during the vaccine time, there's nothing pretty about them. Exactly. Oh yeah, they're so ugly. So I told you about Pfizer, right? I told you about Pfizer last week and 2 years ago. I said, I literally read from the PDF that I downloaded from Pfizer's website, Democrats and the Republicans, lawmakers, names. They put it on both sides. Who received money from Pfizer? It's open. But people just don't do these research. And that's why after they're voting and like, oh, this happened. Yeah, open the goddamn, just Google something. And I don't believe that there's anyone right now who doesn't have a phone. In America at least, tell me one person who doesn't have a phone. But people don't want to they're just rather talk about Blake Lively and YouTubers with 500,000 subscribers like to use their platform to talk about Hollywood whatever, and really vile, and they're making money. And then I will do another video just for the YouTubers who claim to be alternative lefty or whatever, or alternative media, and they're independent journalists and blah 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 blah. It is outrageous, and they do not help. They make things worse because they are the identical MAGA on the other side. Their language, the vulgar, the style, the way they talk, the way they degrade people and humiliate people and make fun of people, they laugh at people. It's just outrageous. And then they just want to make money. Like, more, like, subscribe, more, like, more. And if you want me to continue, because I will probably get sued, go and give me money more and subscribe more and give me money more. These people made money like crazy since the Trump administration, first administration. They popped out of nowhere, and I saw it in front of my face in 2020. That happened. They popped out of nowhere, claimed to be independent journalists. They made YouTube videos, and after I didn't watch them in the Biden administration, what the heck they were doing. And now Trump is back. They are going on. And I look now, these people are in 3 million subscribers. And they're going nuts, okay, going off. And that's, if they claim to be, the rigged system, Trump, Elon Musk is rigging the system. You rigged the system in a sneaky way. You make money off of this rigged system. And then if you ask me, okay, they're independent and it's alternative media, we want to know. You give me facts, then okay. You do not make joke about someone, fun about someone, and use vulgar language. This is effed up. He is effed up. Look at him, he's pathetic. And he's this, and he's that, and she's this, and she's that. She's screwed. She's effed up. He smashed him. She did this to him, and she's effed up. She's done. She's canceled. Like, what are we doing here? This does nothing, but even pushes further the MAGA, the hatred. That gives it even further fuels. See, that's what I'm saying. They're after not just to better the system. They are after the clicks. They are using this horrendous, thumbnails, this vulgar language, this hatred, this demonizing people, smashing people, and joking of people, and then they are saying these people are bad, these people are rigged. You are rigging the system. You are even asking more for money to rig even further the system and contain the hatred. And even a dude at whatever republic, whatever this alternative says, and he's give an example of, that press secretary or someone from the MAGA side. And then he says, yes, it's okay to humiliate them. It's okay to humiliate. Do you know what? It's okay. Because why? Because they are bad. It's okay to humiliate them. I give permission to humiliate them and harass them and abuse them. You're like, dude, what are you doing? What are you talking about? And people are like, thousands of people commenting, yeah. This is everything what we should be against. But these people are identically rigging the system, the loophole. I don't care. I want the world to be a better place. God damn it. I want to finally be living in peace. We shouldn't be scared. Like, I will do another video on the 3 Germans. What they put like in jail. And they were tortured. Like, now Germany is on their seat. Now Germany has announced a block to visit America because 3 of Germans are detained out of nowhere. And they were even tortured or something. It's all over the news. Schmidt and the other 2 girls. And so I want to live in peace. I don't want to live in a world full of hatred. I want this to be a better place. I would like to give suggestions and analysis, factual analysis, so that we have a better world. I don't give a shit if you hate these MAGA people and while you are this full of hatred, while you making 3 million subscribers and begging every second, begging to like and share and subscribe, because we are hitting 4 million. My goal is to hit 4 million. So subscribe. We are hitting, they are pathetic. And we are better than Fox News. And you're like, this is driving me crazy to see this. And I hope that we can continue. Now I have my system set, yay! So that I will continue and give you so many nice educational videos, high quality, and this will be so good with my slides, because I'm used to giving presentations with slides and stuff. So this is so good. So let me know in the comments if you like this. Thank you, Amber, for being here. I am so grateful that you are here, and having you here on live was just so nice and give me so good energy. I really appreciate this. I have been thinking of you a lot just past like this entire week. So I hope I see you on Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I see you guys soon, and let me know in the comments what you want me to cover. There's a lot to cover, like the education. It's a whole thing. And as you all know, I'm all in the education, so it's horrendous what's going on. So thank you so much, guys. Have a good night, sleep tight, and I will see you on Sunday morning. Bye-bye.